So good morning everyone. In today's class, we'll be talking about physical and chemical changes. This is very important and also a very basic study which you should be knowing. Okay, so around you in the environment, there are so many things happening, right? But you need to know which are physical changes and which are chemical changes. So how do you identify them? Okay, so that we'll talk about today. So now first we'll talk about the physical changes. Now how will you define it? So in today's class I've not given any notes because we'll be talking about it and we'll be writing our own notes. Okay, so how will we define the physical change? See, physical change means when the change is observable change. That means you can observe the change, but there is no change in the internal property. Now example I'll take here. See this. This is a paper, right? I crush this paper. Okay, I've crushed it. But then again, if I open it, it's the same paper, right? This is a physical change because this is you can observe the change. It is observable. Okay. Also, it is reversible. You have wrapped it, you have crushed it, and again you have opened. It's reversible. Number three is that no energy has been used, and if no energy, neither the energy has been released nor the energy has been used by this. Okay. Number four, which is again very important, is that no chemical changes occurred out here. You can see here only maybe some molecules they got arranged. Okay, some bigger molecules they got arranged, they had to succumb. Okay, or you can see in some other physical changes the molecules, maybe arrangement of molecules change, but there is no change in the chemical property of that substance. Okay, so that means physical change is what? Physical change is any change in a substance wherein no internal property, or you can say no chemical property, chemical changes occur, or you can say no change in internal properties take place. Okay, the properties do not change, but there might be a slight change in the arrangement of molecules. Okay, and that change is observable. You can observe it, you can see it. Okay, that is known as physical change definition. Now we'll come to the property part. What are the properties? So as I've told you, properties number one is that there is no change, there is only change in the physical property. Okay, so only physical property will change, but no change in the internal property. Okay, number two is that it is reversible, so the change is reversible. Number three is no energy is used out here, absorbed or evolved. You do not need energy for the change, and no energy is released for it. Okay, external energy. So this is no energy out here is used. Number four out here that only there might be a change in the molecule arrangement, but no other changes. Okay, this is observable. You can observe it. Okay, you can observable change. So these are some of the properties of physical change. Okay, now we come to the examples. As I've already given you one example, that is the crushing of paper. Also, if you see evaporation of water when you boil water, okay, the liquid water gets changed into the gaseous form, but again it will form the water. It can again form back water. Even for melting of ice, you can, when you melt ice, it will form water, but again if you put it in the refrigerator, it will again form ice. You can see those are all, you can see those changes occurring in front of you, and they're reversible. They can come back to the own form. Okay, so these are all physical changes example. Also, when you cut paper, shredding of paper, you can see the change, but there is no internal property change. Okay, then mixing of sand and water. So these are all coming under physical changes. Fine. Now coming to the chemical change. So it's just the opposite of physical change. In chemical change, what happens is, in chemical change, there is a change in the internal property. Okay, one more thing out here. Okay, I'll tell you that. So in chemical change, there is another one thing, that is the change is in the chemical properties. So that means when two substances are reacting with each other, or when two substances are combining with each other, they are forming a new product. But in physical change, no new product was formed. So I will just include this point out here, that no new product was found out here. Okay, just for your thing, no new product was formed out here. But if you come to the chemical change out here, in chemical change, how will you define it? First of all, chemical changes when two or more substances, when they're reacting with each other, they lead to formation of a new product. Okay, and also the chemical property changes, the internal property changes. So such type of changes or such type of reaction are known as chemical reactions or chemical changes. That is chemical. What are the properties of chemical change? Number one, very important, is out here is new substance is formed. You can say new product is formed. Okay, number two, it is irreversible. Once this change occurs, okay, once the change occurs, it cannot be reversed back. Number three out here, energy may be used, okay, energy may be absorbed, or energy may be evolved. Okay, number 4 out here is that what happens out here, there is a change in the chemical property. So chemical property changes, or you can say internal property changes. So these are some of the properties of chemical change. Also remember, in chemical change is a reaction. Okay, it's called as chemical reaction. Very very important out here. Chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? That is, suppose A plus B, there are two substances A plus B. So when they react, they will form new product C or D, or you can suggest C, or you can suggest D. So the substances which are reacting, they are known as reactants. Okay, and whatever is formed, the new product that is formed, they are known as products. Okay, so in a chemical change or a chemical reaction, two substances known as reactants, they are combining or reacting to form new substance, or you can say new products, which are known as or you can say new substances known as products. Okay, so reactants will form products, and these products are having a new different chemical property. Okay, the chemical property changes, and this reaction is irreversible. You cannot reverse this change. Okay, now what are the examples? Very very easy and important also. Now you can tell me the examples out here. Suppose when you cook a food, it's a chemical change, because the molecules out here, they're changing. Okay, the taste is changing, also color changes are occurring, so there's a chemical property change. Also you have seen when you cut a vegetable and you keep it in the open, you see the color changes. Okay, that's a chemical change. What are the other chemical changes that is occurring out here? Can you name some chemical changes? Can you name, tell me? Okay, you can comment down. Okay, so chemical changes, what are the other chemical change? Example is out here, rusting of iron. Okay, when you keep iron in the air, what happens? A reddish brown substance is formed. Okay, that's iron oxide. So that's a chemical change occurring. Again, you cannot change back the rusting of iron to normal iron, right? Also photosynthesis in the environment, plants, you see plants, when they undergo photosynthesis, what happens? There's a formation of glucose out here, carbon dioxide plus water forms glucose. Again, glucose cannot come back to carbon dioxide and water. The change is irreversible. Okay, and also it's forming a new product known as glucose in case of the photosynthesis. Also, what else is there for chemical changes? Can you name some other chemical changes? So one, I've given you photosynthesis, I've given you rusting of iron, I've given you when you cut a plant or when you cut a vegetable or fruit, it forms different color. Then you can, when you burn paper, ashes form. You can see carbon is released out here. Okay, so it forms a different smoke, fumes are released. So what I told you, in chemical change, property completely changes. Okay, there might be release of gas, there might be energy is released. So these are type of reactions are coming under chemical change. Okay, these are all examples of chemical change. In physical change, there is butter, melting of butter is in physical change. Okay, I didn't tell you about this. There are various changes occurring around you, which are coming under physical and chemical change. You can name some. Please do comment. Please do comment and give me some other examples which I have not given out here and left it for you. Okay, so this is how we can interact. Okay, now next last is the difference between physical and chemical change. It's very easy. I've already told you, and you can just write it down. So first of all, in physical change, what has happening here? Out here, no new product. Okay, first thing, no new product. Here, new product is being formed. Okay, please not mind my handwriting out here. I'm using with a writing with a pen out here. So number two, no new product. Number two out here, what's happening? It is reversible. Okay, but here this one, this is irreversible. Okay, so here physical property is only changing, but here chemical property is changing. Okay, and what else you can write down out here? This is observable. You can observe the changes, but you cannot out here. This is not observable. You can observe it actually, but you can observe it. Yeah, you can observe it, but exactly how the change is occurring, you do not know. Inside, you cannot see the internal property, how it's changing. In that way, it's non-observable. Okay, internal change. And number 5 is, which you can write out here, is that what is the last one that you can write out here? No new product and this thing. And also here, you can write out here no energy. Okay, energy is neither absorbed, is not you can not read neither. Okay, it's neither absorbed nor evolved, but out here energy is either, okay, is either EITHER, Okay. Oof. EITH here is either it's absorbed or it is evolved. Okay, so these are some of the difference points between physical and chemical changes. Also examples I have told you. So whenever in exam they ask about physical and chemical change, write the differences. I've given you 5 points out here, and also at the end do mention the examples. It will come around 6 points, and normally it comes for 3 marks. Okay, 2 3 marks. So always write examples in biology. Remember, always you should mention examples wherever it's required. Okay, so physical change example, you can write melting of butter, you can write boiling of water, cutting of paper, shredding of paper, okay, then crushing of paper. In chemical change, you can write photosynthesis, rusting of iron, cooking of food, okay, cutting of fruit and vegetables and keeping in open, okay. So these are all coming under physical and chemical change. So this is all for today. I hope you have liked the class. If you have liked the class, do share it with your friends, and please do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. And let's meet again for my next class. I hope you have liked it. Thank you so much for attending today's class.